All right, everybody. How's everybody doing? Giving out this a little bit of a test run, see how it goes. Picture looks nice, not bad. Just let me know if I know I'm gonna have a couple viewers in here, but this is something new I'm trying. For those of you who've been subscribed to the channel for a little bit, uh, appreciate you guys sticking with me. But I'm trying something a little different tonight. So didn't get a chance to, do any games this week, but then again, we have a bunch of people, amazing people who work over at My Hockey Live and Always On Media Group. So, they're getting the chance. I'm just gonna wait bidly my turn. They've been nothing but great to me, so hopefully we'll get a chance to do some more games. But in the meantime, figured I'd try something a little bit different here tonight. So, first of all, anybody who's watching, anybody who's enjoying this or anything like that, there's a chat at the bottom, normally where the comments are. For those of you who've been watching my videos, you know what those are already. Um, but if you want to chat, if you want to ask questions, by all means, just let it in the chat. I got it right next to me, so I'll be able to let it know how it goes from there. In the meantime, just to let you guys know what I'm um, just going to show you that I'm going to be doing some commentary tonight over the UMass Amherst versus UMass Lowell hockey game. Trying something a little bit different. Now, I made sure to look and try all the other things as much as I can, avoid copyright from YouTube because it's very easy to make sure that copyright's basically fine line that you're walking if you're doing copyrights. But nothing, no reflections, anything like that. So it should be good. Hopefully, YouTube's very, very kind to me. If not, then this probably will be gone as soon as I post it. But in the meantime, I'm going to be doing UMass Amherst versus UMass Lowell hockey Thursday at 7 o'clock. Big rivalry game. And just to let you guys know a little bit, if you've been watching my videos on YouTube or anything like that, it's normally very professional, very middle of the ground, call the action as I see it, things like that. This might not be that. As you can tell from my merch and what I'm wearing, uh, this might be a little bit biased. Because my dad and I, who I know my dad's watching, and I figured this out, Dad, I know you're watching. I did the math actually. We've been season ticket holders for about a little under 20 years. Um, we've been fans, however, for me at least, and my dad probably the same. We've been fans for 22 years. We started becoming fans when I turned 4. So 22 years as a fan of UMass Lowell hockey. So this is my baby. This is my pride and joy. I would say this is probably the team I root hardest for. The Bruins, Celtics, Red Sox, Patriots. Yeah, I'll root for them, but this is the team. This is my team. And this year has been a little bit of a surprise. For those of you who are a little bit new to the space, a little bit new to this, UMass Lowell and UMass Amherst play in Hockey East, which is a local where BC, BU, Northeastern, Merrimack, UNH, Maine, all those teams play in that conference. So just to give you a little bit of a preview as to what's going on here. I'm going to see if this is going to work, um, and let you know if this is going to see what's going to go on here, and see if this is going to work or not. Um, First of all, hope everybody's doing good and all this other stuff. So, just want to make sure everybody's listening, everybody's doing good. First of all, can everybody hear me okay? Because I'm trying out this new microphone. And just trying to make sure this is working and all this other stuff. Oh, perfect. It is working. Look at this. All right. So, um, for those of you who are watching, I'm going to have this up for me and I'm going to be at the bottom right hand corner. At some point, I'm probably going to gonna hop off just for a second here because I have yet to find any rosters for tonight. It's one of the things that my dad and I always love to kind of get is rosters for tonight. I'm actually gonna look at this right now. And I do have one. Okay, I do have one. So let me see if I can get that and take a look at this. I normally get it right off of Twitter. It's actually one. Actually, well, I'm showing my age there. For a sec, it's saying that Twitter. It's actually referred to as X nowadays, but apparently we're no longer in that since Elon Musk came into the picture. But I'm actually going to take care of this right now. I do have, so I'll be right back in just a sec, folks. Hold right there and don't go anywhere. You're watching the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Give me 1 sec. All right. So I have a roster. It's probably the one I don't need as much. It's the UMass Lowell roster. So just to give you a little bit of an idea as to how the Riverhawks are doing this year, it's been a turnaround-ish, so to speak. Started off hot, have kind of cooled off since then. They're currently ranked, they're ranked completely different. I think they're number 16 in one poll, 15 in another poll. But the one that we care about the most, which is the pairwise, which talks about which teams make it to the NCAA tournament, they are currently in 14th. And I believe the 16 teams, top 16 teams in that one, they make it to the NCAA tournament. So we're right on the edge, so to speak. UMass Lowell is currently 15, 12, and 3, and 8, 10, and 2 in Hockey East. Now, for those of you saying, oh, we're just above 500 and just below 400 in the conference, that's normally not good. Well, yes. However, considering last year the win total was at 8, we've improved drastically. It's because of a lot of different things. To look over at the other side for the dreaded Amherst Minutemen, which, by the way, people for some reason always refer to these two teams the exact same way. They say UMass for both. And even the referees at some point will say UMass penalty and this and that. Even at Lowell games, one's Lowell, one's Amherst. You want to talk about which one it is? Get them back in line. So there's that. In terms of what's going on in the season so far for Lowell, it's been a started off, like I said, really, really hot, and it's kind of cooled off since then. I'll give you a little bit of, I will share a new tab for you. Hopefully that pops up. Perfect. So, like I said, a little bit of a different sort of feel to this team. Early split, currently on a 1-game losing streak, lost a heartbreaker to Providence, but 8, 10, and 2 in the conference, 6, 7, 2 at home, which you might look at and say, oh man, that's a bad home record. Considering last year, maybe 2 or 3 of their wins were at home as opposed to anything like that. It's a much better improved home record. We still would like to get that above 500. Away, they're actually really good. They have lost a couple, but still above 500 away from Songa Center, where they play their home games, is good. And they've played in 2 tournaments in neutral sites. One was at Lake Placid and one was in Arizona, and they were undefeated in neutral site games. So you think about getting to the NCAA tournament and, of course, the Hockey East semifinals and finals at the Garden. That bodes well for them in neutral site games. So this weekend they have a home and home with UMass, a rare Thursday night game, which is just weird. It's mainly never seen that before. But then they are at Lowell Saturday at 6:05. Saturday games normally at 6:05 at the Songs. Then they have a home and home with UNH Saturday the 8th, they're at UNH. Friday the 7th, senior night, they're home at 7:15, and then we get into the playoffs. Now, to get a look at really the most important thing, I mentioned the pairwise, I mentioned NCAAs. Um, that's not really what we're trying to focus on. This is what we want to focus on. We're in a point now to where you can't really focus on outside information, and you really got to focus on your conference schedule. This is where we are coming into this week. Earlier in the week, Tuesday, BU won a shootout against UConn. Both teams picked up a point. BU pick up the extra point. So regulation win for the Riverhawks will jump them above Providence and UConn for the moment. Both of those teams have yet to play one of their two games this weekend. But we would be on 32 points in fourth. And just to let you know, there are very many teams, I believe. Yes, there are 11 teams in Hockey East. Every team makes the Hockey East playoffs, but it's a little bit different in terms of the top. My dad and I were trying to figure this out the other day, and hopefully he'll get, if he's in, I know he's watching, he can confirm with me on this. Top 5 teams make it into the Hockey East playoffs with a bye. They do not have to play in the middle of the week. And then 6 through 11 kind of fill out, top team 6 through 11, top team plays the lowest team, and then so on and so forth. Then on the weekend, it's a one and done situation where 4 plays 5, and then 1, 2, and 3 play the lowest remaining seeds. Once that's done, then we get to the Garden. The Garden, the semifinals and the finals look a little bit different this year as well. Those are Thursday and Friday night at the Garden for Hockey East Championship weekend. Normally it's Friday and Saturday, which is different, which is weird. So it's making it, a little bit different, but we got things like that. I will get a chance right now to take a look at the Minutemen and how they're doing this year. Kind of hanging around the same sort of echelon, if you will, of UMass Lowell, although they've been kind of coming in on more of a hot streak, so to speak, than the Riverhawks. 17, 12, and 3, 8, 9, and 3 in hockey. So both teams kind of have the same identical records, if you will, for conference schedules. UMass Amherst look to have a little bit of a better non-conference record, if you will. Hockey East really has been killing it in terms of non-conference schedules. So I'm just going to pull this up for you guys and take a look. This is the Minutemen. Like I said, 17, 12, and 3, 8, 9, 3 in the conference. Only 7, 6, and 1 at home, 8, 4, and 2 on the road. So both of these teams really, this is going to be an interesting series. Both of these teams not really known for their home records and home play. So they'll be kind of looking at making sure that they can improve that as it comes on, because some of these teams might be hosting in the Hockey East playoffs. So like I said, they'll have a home with UMass Lowell this weekend, and then UMass will host twice, 2 home games against the top 5 ranked Maine Black Bears. Maine has had a resurgence the last couple of years, so that is extra in terms of what is going on for that. So I'll kind of share this with you guys right now, and we will get the skaters for the. Actually, I'm gonna put the hockey standings up right now for you guys instead, because I want to make sure that we're all set and ready to go. Yeah, so I'll put that up for you guys, and we'll be all set and ready to go. I'm going to check and see if the Minutemen have posted their rosters yet, and I will take care of that. They have not. All right, so apparently these guys are going to be sticklers for everything that's going to go on here. If you guys are joining me for the first time, first of all, appreciate the view. And if you guys are viewing this and you have any other people who would like to view this or watch this, I believe the link for this is in the description. If you click the share button, you'll be able to copy this link. So if you want to send this stream out to anybody who wants to watch it, who would enjoy this kind of commentary or this kind of content, by all means do so. I posted this on my stories today, so the link for that should be on those. If not, you can buy honestly. Just if you look up GametimeVoice on YouTube, if you click the search bar, you'll be able to find it. I'm gonna go real quick through the UMass Lowell roster just to kind of give you guys an idea as to what's going on here. It's been a mixture of newcomers and old vets so far this year for these two teams. And I gotta see if I can find this, and I'll share this with you guys because it really was, it's really been sort of a resurgence that we weren't really expecting. So I'm gonna share this one with you guys. Hopefully you guys can see this. Yep, there we go. Because I have to kind of look at this. So, like I said, right here, 8-24-4 the Riverhawks were last year. Dead last in Hockey East. Made the playoffs, but lost in the opening round. UNH 1-0. But here's the story right here. If you look at this line right here, team graduated a handful of players and had 17 returners and 15 newcomers. 15. 7 transfers and 8 freshmen. So that's crazy. Now, we live in a world in college where this transfer portal can get out of hand in terms of some things like that. But this is also crazy. So 7 transfers and 8 freshmen. I'm just going to go through them right now for you guys, just to kind of give you a little bit of a peek as to what's going on here. So some of the freshmen, and we're going to see a bunch of them here tonight. For example, Libor Nemec, number 20, he's a freshman from Slovakia. 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points in just 20 games in his freshman year. That's big. Jacob McDonald, who's been mostly a third or fourth line, and is actually going to get the start tonight, alongside Nemec and Dylan Bentley. He's had 2 goals, 2 assists, and 4 points. The spark plug, if you will, for this team, freshman 5'7" from Hopkinton, Mass. My height, if not just an inch taller. Chris Delaney, 8 goals, 6 assists. He's got 14 points. He's been a amazing, amazing player for this UMass Lowell team. Not to be outdone, though, from British Columbia, Mirko Buttazzoni. 5 goals, 12 assists in just 26 games, 17 points. And then Lee Parks, number 23, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. The freshmen are contributing greatly for this UMass Lowell team, which is good to see because they're going to be handed this. Now, if we look at the sort of returning people, Dylan Bentley is having his best year, number 19. He's a junior from Illinois, 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points. Scout Truman, 9 goals, 8 assists, and 17 points. He's playing in his 100th game along with one of the junior transfers, Connor Eddy. Scout is, if we look at actually this right here, Owen Cole is leading the team. Owen Cole, captain senior from Dunnville, Ontario. He leads the way with 18 points. Scout has 9 goals, 8 assists. Mirko Buttazzoni, 5 goals, 12 assists, and are just behind with 17 each. Henry Welsh hasn't been injured, been in and out, but he leads the team with 2.42 goals against average, 901 save percentage. He's having his best year. And Benny Halas from Hungary, Budapest to be exact, he's picked up a lot of the slack as well, 2.49 and 911 save percentage. So they have come out blazing so far. This will be the, if I can do my math correctly, this will be the, actually, hold on here because I got to make sure I do this right. This will be the 108th meeting between the Minutemen and the Riverhawks. UMass Lowell currently holds the lead 52, 36, and 9, 583 winning percentage against the Minutemen. Last time these two teams played was, ironically, my birthday last year, March 2nd, 2024, where the Minutemen picked up a 4-3 victory in overtime. So my birthday coming up is March 2nd this year, 2025. It is Sunday. So hopefully a weekend sweep of the Minutemen will be a great birthday present. 14 players in this lineup right tonight have played one game against the Minutemen. The most are his captain, graduate student Ben Meehan. He's played 12 games against the Minutemen. That is tied, and he's also tied with Matt Cressa, number 25, who is not dressing tonight, so he's not in the lineup, but he leads with 4 each. Isaac Johnson, the senior from Sweden, he has tallied 3 points against him in his career. 3 other players have 2. The problem for the UMass Lowell team tonight has been numbers so far. They need to win more faceoffs. They have a 492 winning percentage at the faceoff dot, which currently makes them 37th in the nation, which is near the bottom of the nation, which we need more production from that. Here's the magic number, though. UMass Lowell scoring 3 goals or more this season, 11, 2, and 3, and 224, 42, and 17 since their head coach Norm Bazin took over. 2 goals or less, 4, 10, and 10 this season, 53, 139, 29 again under Norm Bazin. So have to score at least 3, if not more. When they allow 3 goals or more, 3, 10, 3. When they allow 2 goals or less, 12, 2, 0. So if they can have a 3-2 win or a 4-2 win or something like that, 2 is the magic number to not to give up. 2 or less is to give up. 3 or more is the amount to score. I mentioned some career bests. Excuse me. Dylan Bentley has doubled his career best goals of 8 this year, doubling his career best of 4 from last year. 14 points, also career best, eclipsing 12. Matt Crassa has 9 assists. That's tied for his best, going all the way back when he was a freshman. One of the transfers I mentioned, and a transfer who became a captain as such, Pearson Brandon, 6 goals, which tied his career best during his sophomore year at Colgate. Pearson has been amazing for this team this year, coming in, becoming a captain, been a stabler in the back end, has been a Providence killer. Has scored 3 goals, I believe, against Providence. I mentioned Scout Truman. His 9 goals this year is a career best. He had 8 as a freshman, so didn't get anywhere near there last year as a sophomore. Here's the problem, though, with Scout. 35 penalty minutes. Most he had was 18 as a sophomore. Career high for him. He needs to get that down. So what would a win today mean for the Riverhawks? Win today, Thursday, would move them to 16, 12, and 2 and a 53, 36, 9 record all-time against Minutemen. Norm Bazin would move to 22, 12, and 3. So that's where we're at right now in terms of what's going on here for the Riverhawks and this and that. So this is a battle for the flagship in terms of who's the best team basically in the state. And it's an important one for that. We're going to take a look right now. Let's see. Yes, we do. So if you all will give me 1 second here. The one thing I will mention while waiting to print this is that UMass Lowell does not have a drafted player on their team. They are one of those teams who do not have any NHL ready players on their team yet. Some of these players might get picked up in a draft, and I think that would be great because there's a lot of players who deserve an opportunity. All right, if you all would hold on just 1 second here, I'm going to go and get the UMass Amherst rosters. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Game Time Voice YouTube channel. All right. Everybody still with me? All righty. So now to take a look at the Amherst roster. I mentioned in contradiction to the and good point here. I'm going to just say my compatriot, my dad, will be. I'll say this: he'll be my sort of. How would I like to say this? He'll be my sort of co-host slash voice from another moment, if you will. He'll be putting in stuff like this. He's actually put in the chat a good thing. This is for the Governor's Cup, which is sort of a year-long battle in terms of athletics between UMass Amherst and UMass Lowell. This will be big for Governor's Cup. I mentioned the drafts and the draft picks. So UMass Lowell does not have a draft pick on their roster. In contrast, the Minutemen have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9 players drafted. Just to go through them really quickly, Lucas Mercury, a 6'3" senior from Montreal, alternate captain who this season has 9 goals and 18 assists. He will be playing his pro hockey with the Carolina Hurricanes. Cole Hara, this season, 18 goals, 27 assists, 45 points. He will be coming to Nashville very soon in the Predators. Idar Sunev, a Calgary Flames draft pick, 16 goals, 14 assists, 30 points. He will be coming to the Flames very soon. Next up, we have 2 players, if you will. Cam O'Neill on the same line, actually. Cam O'Neill, only 2 goals and 2 points in 19 games played. He is going to the Ottawa Senators. Kenny Connors, 8 goals, 17 assists, and 25 points total. He'll be a Kings draft pick. Another Senators draft pick, 2 goals, 2 assists, and 4 points. Nick Van Tessel from Basking Ridge, New Jersey. Michael Hrabel, this year, 28 games played. He's a goaltender, 2.45 goals against average, 925 save percentage. That's a good save percentage. He'll be going to the hockey club up in Utah. Don't get me started on that name. Larry Keenan, on one of the defensemen, 6'4", 195, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. He will be a Detroit Red Wings draft pick. And lastly, at the forwards, Don's Lushmilis, 32 games played, 6 goals, 20 assists, 26 points. He will be coming here to Boston for the Bruins after his time in Amherst is done. We are almost set for puck drop. I'm going to do some running here as we take a look kind of at, and I believe I'm going to double check this just to be safe because I do not want to get this wrong, because the last thing I want to do on here is to look like a fool. So I believe for UMass Lowell, the starting lineup will be like this. It will be Bentley, Nemec, and McDonald up front, sort of a new makeshift line for head coach Norm Bazin. Not so makeshift on the back end. It will be Pearson Brandon and Nick Anderson, the 2 graduate student teammates who transferred over from Colgate. Now, at the beginning, and I couldn't believe this, and more than likely it is true. However, hopefully this is just one of those situations where we're switching and it will be a new goaltender on Saturday. But let's see if we can find it. Take a look here at, if you're noticing why I'm looking down, just looking at my phone just to see if there's any new updates from the team and this and that. Nothing new, so I'm going to switch tabs real quick um, and share it with you. And let's take a look here. All right, so it looks like the start. It's going to be Benny Halas, the junior from Budapest, in goal tonight for the Riverhawks. For the Amherst Minutemen, it's going to be Michael Hrabel, the Utah Hockey Club draft pick. Um, and the starters, actually, completely new starters. So you guys are looking at this with me. Up front for the Riverhawks, it's going to be Jack Varwork, the sophomore from Clarence, New York. 5 goals, 10 assists, and 15 points this year. He's going to be he's going to be at the center position. On his wings on the left, it's going to be Ian Carpentier, a grad student from, I believe it was Holy Cross. 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points. Good, steady voice for the Riverhawks this year. And on the right wing, it's going to be the man I mentioned, the little spark plug, Chris Delaney. 8 goals, 6 assists, and 14 points. On the back end, it's going to be one of the co-captains, Ben Meehan from Walpole. He's 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. And he is going to be on the other side, TJ Schweihart, the junior from Manahawkin, New Jersey. No goals this year, but 8 assists. So 8 points all in assists so far this year for the Riverhawks. On the other side for the Minutemen, I mentioned the goaltender Michael Hrabel. Up front, it's going to be Lucas Mercuri. And on his left side, it's going to be Jack Musa. And on his right side, it's going to be Cole O'Hara along the front line. On the back end, let's see if we can find this. Yep, it's going to be Lucas Ovested from Sweden, 6'2", 200, and Owen Murray. So that is your starters this tonight for both teams. And I mentioned the hockey standings. Lowell comes in sixth on 29 points. UMass right behind him in eighth with 28 points. So this is a very big matchup, not just in the Huskies, but in the entire country, as these teams are not that far apart. So that is it for the pregame show. Appreciate you guys sticking around for me and listening to this. It's going to be UMass in the home whites with the sort of, I'll say, maroon-ish trim and the red letters. The Riverhawks are going to be in their third alternate uniforms with the all-blue Riverhawk logo in the middle and sort of gray stripe across the chest, as well as nationality flags on the shoulder pads as well. We're just about set for puck drop from the Mullen Center. Puck is dropped and we are underway, and it's going to be the Minutemen controlling it off the draw. Owen Murray back behind his net, going to send it over to his team partner, Lucas Olvested. He's going to have trouble with it, and now Ian Carpentier is going to send it down low. Delaney tried to get it in front. Chris Delaney unable to do so. Puck sent up the wall. Delaney kept it in. He's going to send it back around the boards. Varwork's going to head on over. He's going to clash with O'Hara. TJ Schweihart's going to keep it at the blue line, trying to set a shot through, but it was blocked in front, and it'll come back to the UMass Lowell end, where the captain, Ben Meehan, will bring it up. Battle along the boards here. Varwork over to get it, and he's going to send it around the boards. Meehan is actually going to let it go, and it's going to be Carpentier who's going to skate it up and dump it in, and Lowell's going to go in for a line change. Hrabel will send it behind the net, and the Minutemen will look to break it up. Fast start so far for this game is now coming in on this right side. Daniel Janko put a set pass out in front. Puck still loose. Now it's loose at the post. Battle on the far boards there. Now Benny Halas is going to cover it for the first whistle. Amherst with the first flurry of chances, but the junior goaltender able to keep it steady here. I should mention Lowell's had hit or miss really with these sort of jerseys so far. They've had good moments and they've had bad moments. So we'll see sort of how this comes about and how it works in here. And now another shot handled by Halas off the faceoff. That's 3 shots already for the Minutemen, just to the Lowell's 1. And Norm Bazin, I mentioned him earlier, 14th season for the Riverhawks, just coached recently in his 500th career game. Greg Carville in his 9th season for the Minutemen already has a Frozen Four appearance and a national championship in that space. Norm Bazin has one Frozen Four appearance back in 2013. And for those of you wondering how he got there, well, it kind of had to do with his goaltender a lot, as Connor Hellebuck was plying his craft a little before he came to the Winnipeg Jets and the U.S. national team. Another freeze for Benny Lawson, so the Minutemen have spent most of the time in the offensive zone so far tonight. Again, if you guys are joining me here for the first time, appreciate you guys coming in, appreciate you guys' support. If you haven't already, go and show some love and subscribe to the GametimeVoice YouTube channel, as well as go and show some love to my videos that I've posted. I recently posted my first college hockey actual broadcast between Suffolk and Western New England. That was a big deal for me as a D3 college hockey game, so go and show that as much as we can. So, and again, if you guys want to share this live stream to anybody who wants to listen or watch or anything like that, by all means, you are more likely to do so. I forgot to mention for you guys, for those of you who are just listening to me and listening to this live stream, thank you for doing that. For those of you watching on live stream, we would have just saw it, but for those of you just listening, Jim Curtin and Casey Terreri are your referees for tonight, and the linesmen are the Briganti brothers, Kevin Briganti and Nicholas Briganti. So those are your officials for tonight's game. If you're wondering if you guys missed anything, it's just been a slew of cover-ups, face-offs, and icing so far. This is a big, real big game for UMass Lowell, as they can jump into 4th over UConn, and they've kind of slipped down the standings so far. Daniel Buckbinder with the puck. He's going to send it down low to Owen Cole. Mirko Bazzoni has a puck picked off, and now the Minutemen will come the other way here up the boards. Battle on the blue line. Isaac Johnson took a hard hit there, as that was from Lucas Olvested. Now puck back into the Minutemen zone, breaking out or trying to break it out, but it'll come to the blue line where Nick Anderson will take it over, and it will send over to Buckbinder, back to Anderson. Anderson will send up this left-hand side to Mirko Battazzoni, whose brother, I think, just recently announces he is committed to play hockey UMass Lowell. So congratulations to the Battazzoni family on another Riverhawk. If it's anything like this Battazzoni brother, this is going to be a good, dangerous team going forward. Now here come the Minutemen, and a shot blocked there by Dylan Bentley. And that shot goes James Dewar. Puck up into the blue line. Puck sent now around the other side and out of the zone here. And Amherst will look to take it up. Puck left now with blue line, and now the Amherst is going to have to tag up here. Kind of a sloppy sort of moments here for both teams right now, as we're just under 4 minutes gone in the first period. Nothing doing here between these two teams. Puck back in, although unable to kind of keep an eye on it, as we have this sort of overhead angle. Yeah, it's not exactly easy to identify what's going on here. But this will be down at the Commonwealth Club end of the Mullins Center. Believe it or not, my dad could give me another idea for this. This is probably the only arena we have not gone to, although there's probably a good case for that since this is all the way out in Amherst. But This is the only one we have to check off the box for Hockey East schools. We've been to every other one. I would probably say my favorite is actually being demolished this year, in its last year. That is Matthews Arena, home of the Huskies in Boston. That's a great venue for an away game. Just a shame that that one is getting torn down or at least replaced, if you will. Puck in the faceoff circle. Another shot blocked there, unable to get it through for the Minutemen was Cole O'Hara. Now, the Minutemen trying to thrive here as a shot comes through from the point. That shot goes wide. On the puck now, and without his stick is Chris Delaney tried to kick it, but failed on the kick attempt. And now we're getting the Minutemen a shot over the net. Laying that shot go is Francesco Deleche. Please, I hope I pronounced that right. Although he's from Ontario, but it seems like a very Italian name, so I'm sure I'll get a call there from my mom on that pronunciation. The glove saved by Benny Halas. 5:34 gone here in the first period. No score here between the Minutemen and the Riverhawks. Face off battle on there. Back to the corner. Pearson Brennan tried to get it up. Now it's into the face-off circle. Saved by Halas. Rebound cleared. Laying that shot go, I believe, was Kenny Connors. Brandon is going to leave it for Cole. Cole's going to send it over to Nick Anderson. Pass got deflected. It's going to come to Anderson. Now he's going to find Connor Eddy. Eddy's going to send it in deep. First to get it back there for the Minutemen, I believe, was Daniel Yenchko. Now puck sent down low by Ryan Lautenbach. Puck sent up the wall and tipped in. No icing here by Owen Cole. And now here come the Minutemen the other way here. Sending it into the zone is Bo Cosman. And we're going to have a penalty call here. I believe this is going to go against the Minutemen, and it's going to be Bo Cosman. Did not see what the call was, but I believe it's going to be a hooking. So Riverhawks are going to go to the power play, and they have a media timeout here. So they'll be back on the power play with 6:34 gone in the first period. As the ESPN Plus stream will head to a media timeout, so you guys will be here with me. It'll actually give me a chance to give a quick post for this idea. I am going to post the link, folks. For those of you watching, I am going to post a link to this on my story on both Facebook and Instagram. So give a good look for that, if you will. That will be shared on Instagram as well as Facebook. So, back from commercial. UMass Lowell back on the power play here for the first time. They were first in the country through the first 8 games at 56%. They are now currently at 56th. Since then, puck sent up the wall, battling the far boards here, unable to clear the mid-man. Here goes Mirko Bazzoni. Bazzoni got a backhand and pass to Nick Anderson. He is unable to control it. Going to send it over to Chris Delaney. Delaney going to walk it. Going to send it over to Bazzoni. Bazzoni going to walk the line. Going to try to fire it. Got through, but wide of the net. Delaney in a battle there, and he loses it, and it's going to be sent down the length of the ice. by the Minutemen. 1:20 left here in the power play for the Riverhawks. Nick Anderson going to send it back to Delaney. He's going to send it over to Buttazzoni. Buttazzoni will send it in deep. Back there first is Larry Keenan. He's going to send it around to Lucas Olfsted. And it will be all the way around. Isaac Johnson is going to set it up and in on a breakaway. Johnson's going to try to float a backhand. It's loose. Now the net is off its mooring, so we're going to get a stoppage in play. Let's see how this kind of plays out. Bentley got a shot on, but UMass player ironically goes full-on swan dive into the net. And that's why we are going to get a face-off in the UMass Amherst zone. Michael Hrabo, the goaltender for the Minutemen, 6'7", 215. This big boy in that. Face-off, won by the Riverhawks. Well, was won by the Riverhawks, but I believe he got a clock issue. I apologize, folks, if I'm a little bit ahead. I might be a little bit ahead, so just to let you guys know. If worse comes to worse, maybe refresh your ESPN Plus stream. If not, then you guys can just let me kind of talk you through it, and you'll get a chance to see it before it happens. Now for the face-off here, it's going to come around the boards. Ben Meehan's going to send it around. Dan Penley's going to try and jam it in, but will come out of the pack with it. Ben Meehan over to Bentley. Bentley going to let it fire, but missed the net entirely. Puck hops over Meehan's stick, and it's going to come out of the zone. Isaac Johnson back for it with 15 seconds left on the power play. Here comes Bentley. Bentley tried to leave it, but unfortunately unable to do so. Now here come the Riverhawks. Receive pass, and getting the puck was Jack Varwork, and now he's going to send a pass into the middle, and he scores! Dylan Bentley continues his hot season, and the Riverhawks have a 1-0 lead. Puck came over to Varwork. Varwork on sort of a de facto 2-on-1, sent it over to Bentley, and Bentley will put it in the net. Vrabel way out of his net. So the Riverhawks have a 1-0 lead. And I believe that should go. Actually, no, it was just after the power play, 2 seconds after the power play. So goal coming at 8:36 of the first period. The Riverhawks are off to a quick start here. Again, the magic number for them is 3. So they got a long way to go before they can sit back on this. Now here come the Minutemen looking to respond. On the corner here is Cole O'Hara, but now here come the Riverhawks back the other way here. Puck sent in by Scout Truman. Back to get it is Lyndon Alger. Puck now picked off and unable to corral it are the Riverhawks, but Truman's going to send it down low to Nevish. Nevish going to send it in the middle and unable to get a shot off. It was Nick Anderson, but he's going to battle for the puck, and puck sent out of the zone. Gonna set my I'm gonna set my, if I'm too far back, I'm gonna take a sit back and relax here as I was kind of leaning forward for you guys. But if If I'm too far away from the camera, just let me know. Here comes Buttazzoni into the offensive zone. He's going to send it down low to Lee Parks. Schweigart is going to let a shot go just wide. Buttazzoni back to Meehan. Over to Schweigart. Now Meehan. Meehan's just going to make the safe play and get it down low. But now here comes UMass the other way with speed. Over the far face-off circle and trying to deke his way through all the way was Francesco Deleche. But knocked off the puck, and now here comes Lowell back the other way. Potential 3-on-2 puck left for Libor Nemec. Nemec is going to try to send it out front. He was looking for Bentley, but might have took a deflection off. Who? I have no idea. Puck chipped up and into the Amherst zone, taken over there by Kennedy O'Connor. He took a check, and now here comes the Riverhawks the other way. Jacob McDonald. Shot blocked there by Kenny Connors. Now a shot through. And now here comes Amherst the other way with speed. Puck dropped off. And this is Ryan Lautenbach. Going back to the point, and a shot and a goal. Shot by Lucas Ovested at the point. Don't know if it got tipped or anything, but either way, Amherst has tied this game. Everybody seems to be looking at Ovested, so I think he got the goal. There was 4 bodies in front of Loss. This end zone look is going to give us a good idea of it. And yeah, Loss was looking the other way. And unfortunately, he was looking the left side. And unfortunately, it was the right side. I'm going to take a look here and share this tab instead. Just going to have the Hockey East ones because I think I'm a little bit delayed here. So we'll take a look at those stats at the end of the period. Puck chipped into the Amherst zone. Rabel came out to play it and sent back down low by Lee Parks. Parks in a battle 1v5. Now taken over by Brandon. Brandon and Buttazzoni. Buttazzoni let a shot go wide. Schweigart tried to send it back to the point, but there was nobody there. Benny Halas going to chip it up and try to catch it. Emerson and change. Owen Cole back forward. Cole sends the shot and easily steered aside by Rabel. Now battle on the far side here and potential 2-on-1 there, but Ben Meehan cleans it up. Puck sent in by Owen Cole. Connor Eddy will go in after it. Eddy will send it around the boards to Dylan Bentley. Far side, they will battle there. Libor Nemec will send it back down low. Smart play there. Now pass out in front. Unable to get a shot off was Ben Meehan. Couldn't get the puck to cooperate. And now here comes Amherst the other way with speed. Coming over on this far side, and a shot is the goal scorer, Lucas Ovested. Now here comes the Minutemen the other way. And trying to get through, but a good check there. Breaks up the play. As I apologize. Oh, I apologize, folks. Did not mean to click that. Give me 1 second as I try to figure out what the heck is going on here. There we go. All right. And let me share my screen real quick. There we go. Little technical difficulties there, folks. Lowell is trying basically to reverse fortunes from last year as they were unempted by pretty much everybody, but They can make it a good season having not lost to either one of their main rivals. They already swept Merrimack this year, which is a good start. Faceoff will come back into the Amherst zone. And again, it's won by the Minutemen. Like I said, Lowell has got to be better in the faceoff dot if they want to get far in the postseason. Now over Ben Meehan's going to let a wrist shot go wide. TJ Schweigert's going to fake a slap shot, send it back down low to Lee Parks. Parks has been a great find as a freshman so far for this Riverhawk team. And the puck is going to try to be brought out here, but pinched him from Meehan's going to send it in. The Riverhawks are going to go for a change. Now it will be sent back in by the Riverhawks and stopped by Rabel. And trying to set things up behind his own net is Ryan Lautenbach. Actually, no, excuse me, that is Larry Keenan. Now here come the Minutemen back the other way with speed, but chipped out of the zone there by the Riverhawks. And just sloppy play in the neutral zone right now, but finally it's sent back into the Lowell zone. Daniel Bookbinder back for it. Puck set up, almost picked off there by the Minutemen. And forearms come up quickly. Jack Rovolati laying a hit there on Kenny O'Connor. Puck will be broken up by the Minutemen. Coming up this left side here is Owen Murray, the defenseman. Puts it back down low. And now the goal scorer for the Minutemen, Lucas Olstead, will send it over to, I believe that's Daniel Jenko. He'll send it in, but now the Riverhawks will try to break out. But they are stuck at the blue line. Dylan Bentley will win a puck battle. Bentley will try to poke it off the puck. Sent around the boards there by the Minutemen's alternate captain, Lucas Mercury. Now puck taken over by Daniel Yenchko. Trying to dig through a few people there. Was a Minuteman, but was broken up by Chris Delaney. Now TJ Schweihart. Over to Meehan. Meehan. Back to Schweigart. Schweigart. Hit the equipment of Carpentier. And now is back in the Amherst zone. Puck sent into the zone. It'll be played by Francesco Deleche. And now the puck will go out of play. We have a media timeout, 3:13 left in the first period. 1-1 is your score. For those of you who are just joining us, for joining me at least for the first time, I am Mike Walsh, the Game Time Voice, and I started this YouTube channel as a place to kind of post my commentary hockey highlights for the mostly the high school scene. I am a commentator for My Hockey Live, Be Big Live, and the Always On Media Group. And been doing that since this past September. Need a place to kind of show off my portfolio, if you will, of commentary, and decided to make a YouTube channel. Still kind of new to this whole YouTube channel thing, so I apologize if anybody's kind of, saying, oh, this guy, why is he whispering? Why is he not getting interacting? Why is this not convoluted? I'm not trying to be as convoluted, just trying to be something new, really. This is puck sent around the boards and trying to break it out for the Riverhawks, and Minutemen will come back the other way with it. Breaking up here is Idar Sunayev. And now Scout Truman will come the other way here. Truman, offsides. I mentioned Scout Truman earlier on in the broadcast. The numbers say he's having a great year, but it's just he looks befuddled and perplexed. Although he did have an excellent, filthy penalty shot goal last week against Providence, so hopefully that kind of changes things up. Face-off will come out to neutralize after the offsides. Controlled there, and the Minutemen will bank it in. Halas kind of stumbled coming out of his net. Now the puck's sent back out in front. Halas has had one blunder like that so far this year, and he almost had another. Goalies coming out of their nets can always be a little bit challenging. Now a shot in. Halas is going to handle that one with ease. And we're going to have another media timeout just a minute after we had the last one. That is hockey nowadays, folks. So many media timeouts. This is the only game tonight on Hockey East. No other teams playing tonight. Everybody will be in action tomorrow. As they post on the graphics here, UMass Lowell 12-4-2 and 3.2 goals against. No goals per game. Last 12 games, 3-8-1. They have hit a slide in the second half of the year and are trying to get back on track. And this would be a good way to do it against your state rivals. Face-off is to the right of Loss. One over. Ben, me, and the captain will break it out. Try to send a pass up, but that is picked off. And here comes Cam O'Neill the other way. O'Neill will spin off a check. Touch pass there. Now puck's in the middle and unable to get a control on the one-timer. There was Owen Murray. And Riverhawks are struggling right now. Yeah, might be the New Jerseys. But they were successful early on, and now they're kind of Lowell and alternate jerseys have a sort of a weird past. And when they change their normal jerseys, like when they change their white and their blue, they're great. But when they try to get new alternate jerseys, some of them just don't work. Now we're going to get a cross-checking call here against TJ Schweihart. Let's take another look. He was battling Lucas Mercury, gave him a shove, and Mercury is 6'3". Schweikart's 5'10", so I don't know how the math equation works there, but apparently it was enough for a cross-check. Just not what the Riverhawks need right now. Is to be on the penalty kill, although their penalty kill has been very good as of late, but you can't really give people with the talent that Amherst has chances. Back to the point. One timer goes just wide. Kenny Connors letting that shot go. Connors is going to get it again. Connors on the far side, fake over to a shot that either is blocked by Robolati or a big save by Benny Alas. And that shot go, I think, was either Cole O'Hare or Adar Suniev. And Lowell's going to clear this puck. Amherst will break it up with 1:06 left here on the power play and 30 seconds left in the period. Back to the point is Kenny Connors. He'll get it back, send it over to Idar Suniev. Now Connors down low, getting nudged onto the puck there by Nick Anderson, trying to chip it along, and here comes UMass Lowell 2-1 over to Eddie. Eddie with a shot, saved by Rabel. That was Ben Meehan jumping in on the rush, and that will end the first period. So, 1-1 your score between UMass Lowell and UMass Amherst. Taking a look at the scoring summary, it was Dylan Bentley from Jack Farwork and Owen Cole. And then it was Lucas Olvestead from Ryan Lautenbach and Connor Kenny. So that's where we stand here right now at the end of the first period. 1-1 your score. I am going to be right back here, folks. Gotta make sure I stay here. And I'll be right back. I'm going to make sure, see if I can go get my charger as I am currently at 50% on my laptop. So I will be right back. All right, folks, I'm back. bit of a change up, if you will. All right, folks, we're back. Had to make sure I plug my laptop in because I'm currently running out of battery. So if like I said, if anybody is trying to actually, let me take a look here. We'll go through some stats in right now as we are currently at the end of 20 minutes here at the Mullins Center. So like I said, 1-1 at the end of one period. UMass Amherst will have a power play to begin the second period. Shots that period were 13-8. 12 on target, if you will. And 12 on target, if you will, for the 12 saves that period for Michael Hrebel. Actually, no, 12 saves for Benny Halas in that period. 7 saves for Michael Hrebel. TJ Schweigart will sit for about maybe just under a minute, if not more, for a cross-checking penalty. Bo Kosman had a holding penalty, and 2 seconds afterwards, Dylan Bentley with the even strength goal for the Riverhawks, get him up 1-0. That's just Jack Farwork and Owen Cole. Lucas Olvested answered about 3 minutes later on a slap shot from the point with assist to Ryan Lautenbach and Kenny Connors. Shots that period were 13-8 in favor of the Minutemen. Faceoffs that period were 11-7 in favor of the Minutemen. So Chris Delaney and Ben Meehan with the shot there. Owen Cole, Isaac Johnson, Libor Nemec, and Nick Anderson with shots for the Riverhawks. 2 shots for Lucas Olvested, 2 shots for Owen Murray, 1 shot for Jack Musa, 3 shots appeared for Dan's Lugmelis, 2 for Idar Suniev, 2 for Kenny Connors, and 1 for, this is the one that has troubled me all day, Francesco Delce. Let's see if we can also get to something else here. Here's what we were looking for: face-offs, power plays, penalty minutes, and nothing really doing so far there. So just a little bit of notes here now. So we'll go back to the summary right now to take a look there. So that's where we stand right now. Like I said, for those one of you who are watching, if you would like to share this live stream with anybody else who would like to watch this and listen to my voice commentate over the second period action, by all means, just give it a share, send it to a text. I know it's a Thursday night, so not many people might be interested in this, and not many people might have an ESPN Plus, but would love to see if I can do a Q&A at the end of the second intermission with more viewers. Want to give a shout out real quick while we're waiting for the second period to start here, to all the teams in both basketball and hockey, in the MIAA, the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association. State tournament time has started for the winter sports teams. So, trying to give a shout out to those teams. First round action was done as of the other day. First round action I believe is finishing up tonight. Second round action should be getting started anytime tomorrow. Actually, I want to give a special shout out to the MC Malden Catholic girls and boys hockey teams who won their opening games. The boys with a 5-1 win over Silver Lake Regional, and the girls with, I believe, a 6-0 win over Winchester. I believe it was either Winchester or Westfield. So those two teams will be back in action tomorrow night at the Malden Valley Forum. I believe the boys will be on at 5:30 and the girls will be on at 7:30. Make sure you turn into My Hockey Live for those games. Those teams are set to make a little bit of a deep run here, especially the girls, the number 3 seed. Yeah, My Hockey Live, it is a subscription base, much like ESPN Plus is. Although you can sign up for just the day, just the season, or the entire year. Highly recommend it. A lot of great commentators, including myself sometimes. If you want to see some of my highlights for my commentary for Be Big, My Hockey Live, and the Always On Media Group, check out my videos here on the Game Time Voice channel. Earliest I posted was back in December. My first video was Malden Catholic. Actually, I believe it was Malden Catholic. Yeah, so if someone could, actually, I'm going to look this up. I really should know this off the top of my head, but I've posted 16 videos so far on my YouTube channel. So if I forget, just let me know. Actually, no, my first video was posted 3 months ago. It was actually Central Catholic versus Chelmsford football. And then my first hockey video was 2 months ago. It was MC Girls Against Newburyport. So give those a watch. Click subscribe if you're new here to the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys subscribing. If anybody has any questions or anything like that, or a Q&A, we could definitely get in a couple questions here, submit it to the live chat, and be happy to let you guys know we're almost set for the second period here between the Riverhawks and the UMass Amherst Minutemen. Going to take a look real quick, actually, at the game day scoreboard, so to speak, for Friday, tomorrow, actually. So if you'll bear with me here, we can go through this real quick. UNH will be playing at BC at 7 o'clock over at the Connie Forum. Northeastern will be heading down to Toscano Family Ice Forum in Connecticut to take on UConn. UConn going back-to-back Boston teams. Vermont and Maine will be playing up at Alphond at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Providence will be hosting Merrimack at 7 o'clock. Those two teams right behind UMass Lowell. Then on Saturday, Vermont and Maine will be playing again at Alphond. Providence and Merrimack, that game will be at Lawler Rink in Andover. UNH and BC, that one will flip to the Wintermore Center. And then UConn will make its trip up to Matthews Arena. And as they're showing on the broadcast, UMass Lowell is actually 14th. 14th is actually the last place to get into the tournament. So we are technically the very last seed to get in right now, which makes tonight's game and Saturday's game up here at the, actually, no, up near my parents, actually at the Saugus Center. Very, very important. So that is where we are at right now. Both teams are just starting to make their way out to the ice here. So we're just about set to get started in the second period. Again, if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Mike Walsh. I'll be providing as much commentary / bias, hopefully cheering, as duly mentioned by one of my avid viewers. It is a Thursday night game, rare Thursday night game in Hockey East, which means not very many crowd, although the student section is filled out a little bit nicely. It looks to be about 3/4 full. But this would probably be a lot more contested if it was a Friday night game, and it should be a very big crowd on Saturday at the Saugus Center. I will not be, unfortunately, commentating here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel for that game, as I will be attending that game as part of my season ticket package. Thank you to my dad, who's been gracious enough to bless me with season tickets for 22 years and is now letting me know that there are only 100 tickets left for that game at Saugus Center, so they're going out fast. So make sure you get yours for Saturday night. It's going to be a big game between these two state rivals. Amherst with 20 seconds left on their power play as we are just underway here in period 2. And puck is going to be sent around the boards, now behind the net of the Riverhawks. It should be cleared, and that should do it for the power play. So the Riverhawks 1 for 1 on the kill so far tonight, much like the Minutemen are. Puck sent in, sticked away from Benny Alas. Puck sent around the board. Scout Truman's going to pick it up. He's going to send a saucer pass off the skates of Stefan Owens, and Lee Parks unable to beat the Minutemen defender, who I believe, yes, that was Owen Murray, who beat him to the faceoff circle. 50 seconds gone here in the second period. 1-1 your score between the Riverhawks and the Minutemen. Face off to the right of Benny Hillas, picked up by Pearson Brandon. Brandon's going to send it over. Scout Truman's going to try to dump it in. Didn't really get it in very far, though. Now here comes the Minutemen with speed, although unable to really corral the puck. And hitting a wet spot, I believe, was Adar Sunayev. Now Nick Anderson back for it. Anderson going to try to rug off a check, but he's going to leave it for Scout Truman. Good play there by the Colgate transfer. Puck sent up the boards, and it's going to be another icing. Icings have killed the Riverhawks in recent games, and they got to stop doing it and got to start connecting with these passes. Like I said, not very many people at this game, although I am seeing a lot of blue UMass Lowell fans normally travel well, even out all the way to Amherst. Schweigart at the point for Lowell. We'll send it around. Ben Meehan will go to chip in. He'll chip it back behind the net. Lee Parks is going to try to win a battle here. Trying to leave it for Carpentier. Actually, no, I think, yes, actually it was Carpentier. Now Carpentier's going to win a back check. He's going to send it out of the zone. Good play there by Ian. Now he's going to battle here, but bringing it in for the Minutemen is Bo Cosman. He'll send it in, and the Minutemen will get a change. Puck will go behind the net. Back forward is Kennedy O'Connor. Pass picked off. Puck's in the middle. Chris Delaney is going to put it back in just wide and take a shot there. And that shot goal was Lyndon Alger, 6'3" captain from Centerville, Mass. Puck's in around the boards. Isaac Johnson got hooked there. Nothing doing. Not able to keep the puck controlled off the boards. Delaney trying to battle for it. Now the puck's sent in. It's going to get picked up and juggled along by Lucas Mercury. But offsides, he did so. If you're just joining us here, Dylan Bentley and Lucas Olfstead, your goal scorers for the Riverhawks and the Minutemen, and we are tied at 1 as we've begun the second period. If you're just joining us, thank you for joining us here on the GametimeVoice YouTube channel. Mike Walsh, appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new content such as this or any of my commentary videos. Haven't been able to get any high school state tournament action here, so figured might as well keep my voice all fresh and able and in case I am called upon. So we are doing this live stream as a test run. So I thank all the viewers for tuning in. Puck behind the Riverhawks net currently. In a battle there. Puck sent back down low. And a battle at the face-off circle. Checking is picked up immensely. Now Lee Bornevich is going to come out of it with the pack, but unable to get it and take it over as Owen Murray. Murray sent it in, but did not connect with anybody. It's going to go for an icing. Both of these teams would really like all 3 points tonight. Overtime, shootout, 2 points out of 3 would be good here, but 3 points would be great for both of these teams. Barzoni will let a wrist shot go. I think it got to Robble, but he was able to sit down and corral that puck. Barzoni is going to keep it in. Barzoni tried to send it over to Cole, but it hit a stick and flew into the protective netting. See, we have a couple more viewers joining for us. Thank you guys for joining us here. Puck picked up now by the Riverhawks over at center ice. Owen Cole will spin it to Mirko Battazzoni. Battazzoni will set Eddie. Eddie tried to drop it back to Battazzoni, but was just a little bit too far. But Owen Cole will pick it back up, and he'll send it into the Minuteman zone. Sent out by Francesco De Leche. Now taken over by the Riverhawks. Ben Meehan. Snap one over the far side here. Connor Eddy will send it over, and again, just out of the outstretched arms of Mirko Battazzoni. They have almost connected twice on that play. Now the puck will come out of the zone. Sending it in was Kenny Connors. Back to get Captain Ben Meehan. Behind his net. We'll send it over to Stefan Owens. Owens will chip it in further. Lee Parks over to get it. Parks will stop behind the net. Scout Truman trying to dig it out of there. Four-side they will battle. The boards, Isaac Johnson tried to keep it in. He'll send it back down low to Lee Parks. Parks will spin. Here for Truman. Truman back for Johnson. Johnson over to Truman. Truman will backhand one deep over to Johnson. Johnson will try to feed it in the middle, but unable to get it to Robble in front. Now here comes the Minutemen. Lucas Mercury. Send it down low to Cole O'Hara. Now the Riverhawks will chip it up. Back to get it for the Minutemen is Owen Murray. He will find Aiden Suniev. Send it over. He was looking for Daniel Yenchko. Now Ian Carpentier. Send over to Chris Delaney. Delaney will take it down low. Try to leave it for Carpentier, but unable to get it. And stepping up for a big hit there. I believe that was Pearson Brandon. Now Carpentier back for Carpentier. Well, backhand and one back out in front. And picked up by Jack Varwark. Now a wrist shot goes just wide. I think that was Johnson. Let that shot go. Puck over here to Jack Varwark in front of the UMass bench. Picking up with Libor Nemec. Nemec trying to cut into the middle of the zone. Now Varwark backhands it out in front. Kept in. Wrist shot. Never got through the Hubble. Now backhand saved by Robble. I think that was Bentley who got a backhand off while he was on his stomach. Fanning on a shot coming in the zone for the Minutemen was Nick Van Tassel. Ben Mean will bring it around. No icing here as Minuteman touched the puck. Robble will leave it there and trying to break it out is Larry Keenan, the Red Wings draft pick. And now the puck into the bench of the Riverhawks. Might have been chipped out of the glass by a Minuteman. And so we will have a first media timeout of the second period. 1-1 your score between the Riverhawks and the Minutemen. Taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here on my ESPN app. No plug there, not sponsored. Red Sox improved to 2-3 in spring training with a 6-5 win over the Tigers. And the Bruins are currently trailing the New York Islanders 1-0 just over 2 minutes into the second period. But that we really don't care about that here tonight. We're trying to focus on the college hockey. Been kind of a stalemate so far here in the second period. It's kind of been a stalemate the whole game so far. No one team has really picked up the pick. Now spin shot from Buttazzoni goes just wide. Now over the far side here coming up is Ryan Lautenbach. Lautenbach with a pass in the middle and unable to put it in where the Minutemen. Now another shot back out in front. Minutemen, much like the Riverhawks, unable to connect on their passes. Now, unbelievably, not offsides are the Minutemen. Isaac Johnson over to Mirko Buttazzoni. Buttazzoni will stop, send it over to Owen Cole. Cole let a shot go. Easy save there on the pad by Robble. Now kept in at the point and trying to send it in was Mirko Buttazzoni, but we'll come back to the blue line. Nick Anderson will steer to the far board. Stefan Owens will chip it in. Ran to a teammate and the linesman. And back behind the net for the Minutemen is Francesco Delce. Now bringing in with speed there, but getting nudged off the puck. And here comes Pearson Brandon the other way. Brandon tried to get into the middle, chipped forward by Lee Parks, but he's unable to convert with Stefan Owens. Scout Truman tried to get it out. Now a shot blocked there. Nick Anderson will try to get it out, but it's sent right back into the little zone. UMass Amherst will tag off. Spin move there by Nick Anderson. Nice play. Now, Brandon, as UMass Lowell is currently changing out their forward lines. Speaking of which, here comes Jack Varwork with speed. Varwork will let a wrist shot go wide. Will try to get back off the rebound off the far glass. And puck will come back into the little zone where TJ Schweihart will pick it up. Schweihart over to Varwork. Varwork. Let's look for Chris Delaney driving to the net. Carpentier will send it behind, but it was picked up by Lucas Olfstead. Schweikart chipped it in at the blue line, at the red line, actually. Puck off the stick only for a moment. Now off the glass. And now here come the Minutemen 3-on-2. Lich Millis. Now a shot blocked. Now the Riverhawks are going to try to counter the other way here. Ben Ryan will send it over to Carpentier. Carpentier let a shot go, but fanned on it. Now Carpenter's trying to back check. Now here come UMass the other way. Back to the point. Kenny O'Connor trying to let shot go, blocked by McDonald. Now the puck goes wide. Halas is going to steer it to the far boards. Meehan is going to wrap it around, but able to corral it, but outside the zone was Lyndon Alger. So we're halfway through the second period, halfway through the game. 1-1 your score. Libor Nemec will avoid a check beautifully. Nemec try to pick the top corner. I don't know if he was going short side. Now pass in the middle and a shot and a save by Haramo. Puck still loose, trying to get dug out. Still loose in the crease. And now the whistle, and now the niceties will be exchanged between these two teams. And we'll have another media timeout. 1-1 your score, 9:22 left in the second period. Lowell 1, Amherst 1. So, if there's anybody out here who has a question or would like a question, we could do a Q&A. We can do anything you want. If there's anything anybody wants to see or hear, I'm absolutely open to ideas. Somebody asked me what I wanted for my birthday. As I mentioned earlier, my birthday is this coming Sunday, March 2nd. The last time these two teams played was actually a year ago yesterday when I turned my birthday. No, for my birthday, not really sure what I want for my birthday. I've gotten to that age where don't exactly want anything necessarily, and just whatever kind of comes. I know it's kind of the cliche, boring answer, but we'll leave it like that. Just whatever happens, happens. I'll maybe in the second period I'll get into previous birthdays and both the good and the bad. There's been more good than bad, but when bad have happened, it's been weird. So we'll get into that second intermission. But now back in the Lowell end, Connor Eddy left it behind. Now Madison in the middle, and the shot never got through. That was put wide. chipped up and out. Back to get it is the goal scorer, Lucas Olvstead for the Minutemen. He will put it up to Kenny Connors. Now pass picked off. Mirko Battazzoni will backhand it in deep as his teammates were tagging up on side. Now pass in the middle. Now here come the Riverhawks back the other way. It's 3-on-3. Battazzoni will stop, shrug off a check. Stefan Owens will pick it up. Owens over to Battazzoni. Battazzoni tried to find Schweihart at the back post, but there's a Minuteman right there. Over on the far side here. Now here comes UMass the other way. Kind of 3-on-3. A good dangle there at the blue line by Cole O'Hara. But pass will come out of the zone, and that's where Larry Keenan will pick it up. Keenan, a draft pick of the Detroit Red Wings, who have had a little bit of a renaissance here in the early going. Might take a break in the intermission to wipe my noses. We've had a little bit of a warm spread here in Massachusetts, but when it gets down low, it gets chilly. Puck picked up by Chris Delaney. He'll go far side to Isaac Johnson. Johnson's going to let it run. Send all the way around. Delaney over to get it. Delaney is going to get support from Carpentier. Johnson, the defenseman, all the way down the forecheck. Carpentier back to the point. Shot by Varwork. Very, very high, but it is eye level with the 6'7" netminder, Michael Hrabel. Thank you for those new viewers joining us here. Mike Walsh, the Game Time Voice, doing a live stream commentary of UMass Lowell versus UMass hockey. And we are currently tied at 1 at the Mullins Center. Again, if you guys are enjoying this content, feel free to share the link with anybody you're watching. Maybe if you have a UMass Lowell or an Amherst fan in your family, although we'll hopefully associate more proudly with the UMass Lowell people. Amherst people, if they're family, if they're friends, will be nice, but they're hopefully not going to get a chance to cheer very much tonight. And for those of you who have watched my videos on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel, I do apologize. This will probably be a little less biased. Actually, no, a little bit more biased, as I am currently cheering for the team that I've had season tickets for a couple decades, UMass Lowell. Puck back in the Minuteman zone, and now we'll come out. But having it poked off his stick was Denise Lushmilis. For those of you who are Bruins fans, he is a Bruins draft pick, so he will be coming to Boston possibly very, very soon. So taking a look at that. Puck to the blue line, dumped down low behind the net of goaltender Benny Halas. Now coming around the boards, and a shot go was Lucas Olvstead. Actually, no, that was Cam O'Neill. Minuteman with some offensive zone time right now. What you want to see if you're a UMass Lowell fan. Back to the point, a slap shot saved by Halas. Indirect pass off the boards, not able to convert with Dylan Bentley, but he does win the race to the faceoff dot. Letting that one-time slap shot goes right in Lautenbach. Now Mirko Battazzoni will send it over. It'll be dumped in deep into the Minuteman end. Picking it up is Jack Musa. Unable to get it out. Battazzoni will drop it back. A wrist shot, took a deflection, and he scores! Stefan Owens with a tip in front. Not sure who let the wrist shot go. I think it was Jack Robillati. But either way, the Riverhawks will have a 2-1 lead. 4:46 left in the second period, and the Riverhawks find the goal. And it was Robillati letting the shot go, and Owens with a tip. I don't know if it hit his stick or his body, but either way, the Riverhawks now back out in front. Big goal there for Stephon Owens, the senior from Midlothian, Virginia, who actually only had one goal coming in, so just his second goal of the season. And what a time to do it. Now Jack Varwark is trying to get through. He's taken down. No call there. That should have been an interference. Like I said, professional commentary is going to go out the window here, folks. Puck back in the Lowell zone. Under 4 minutes left here in the second period. 2-1 your score. If you're just joining us, Stephon Owens with a tip in front to get 2-1 after Lucas Olstead tied it up in the first period, and Dylan Bentley 3 minutes earlier got the Riverhawks on the board. Again, the Riverhawks' magic number this year to get a better record and better starts has been 3, so they probably need at least 1, if not 2 more, to get some breathing room and to feel comfortable about this. We are in a commercial break, but there are no commercial breaks here on YouTube. So we have a couple more viewers here. Want to welcome our new viewers here to the live stream. If you guys got anything to say, you guys want to shout out, or if you guys have other questions, by all means, let them fly. It's mainly just been, nice hangout here by myself, and as you can see, one very avid viewer. But if any of our new viewers have any questions, comments, any insight into this game between these two teams, you are more than welcome to do so. So, again, the big game in the Hockey East standings. We'll pop that up for you right now. As UMass Lowell is currently in 6th, UMass tied for 7th, just one behind them. Win here for the Riverhawks in regulation would vault them all the way up to 4th past UConn, only for the moment, as those teams have yet to play this weekend. One of the questions earlier in the chat was, what do you want for your birthday? And I mentioned, hey, whatever I get. Again, I've kind of at that age right now. Stay tuned for the second emission. I'll go through some of the birthday past and some of the things I've done. Some of them have been really cool. No icing here is back to get it for the Minuteman was Francesco Dell'Elce. And the Minutemen will try to break it out the other way here, but checked by Mirko Bartazzoni. Puck sent over to the far side. Connor Eddy will send it in. Michael Harabo will come out of his net to play it. And now the Minutemen will try to break it out the other side. Try to get this game tied up, and a shot up high on a loss. I don't know if it hit the shoulder or the mask. Either way, it was out of the net. Lee Parks back for it. Parks try to send it into the middle. Now Parks with a chance at the far post, unable to get it in. Johnson, Isaac will send it down low. Chipped along. Parks back for it. Lee Parks send it back over to Johnson. Johnson's going to go D to D to Robillati. Robillati had the assist on the go-ahead goal by Stephon Owens. Johnson sent it in the middle of the ice. Come out the far side to Truman. Robillati with a one-timer goes just wide. Now Johnson's going to try to stick it in, but it is frozen by Michael Harabo. Again, Harabo stands 6'7" from Cheshire, 215. It's a big netminder in front. So the fact that the Riverhawks have gotten 2 by him is great. Face off. Battle on the far side here. Coming out of there is Cole O'Hara. O'Hara now will get in this far side. O'Hara will deke in the middle. Now we'll get back on a broken play, and we're going to get a penalty call here against the Riverhawks. I believe it's going to be either Jacob McDonald or Libor Nemec. I don't know what the call could be. There's no way it can be. It's going to be on Ben Meehan for a little stick work, and I stress little. There was not much there as he went to the net. There was not much at all. But apparently it was enough for the referees. So 2:06 left in the period. UMass will have a power play for most of the remainder of this period. And they will win another face-off. We'll be interested to see what the face-off stats were at the second period. Now passing in the middle and a shot raised the crossbar on a one-timer. Adar Suniev rings a crossbar under the blocker side of Benny Alas. He was in the slot in between the face-off circles, and somehow pesky iron kept him out. Now let another shot go. That one's saved by Alas and squeaked past the post. Battle on far side here on the Commonwealth Club side of Mullins Center. Stuffed at the point by Kenny Connors. He'll get it back, send it over, and a shot saved by Halas, and he will cover with 1:07 left in the power play and 1:13 left in the period. Get another look here. It was a tumbling muffin and sort of a half slap shot by Suniev. And then he came back in for another one, saved by Halas, and it squeaked past his far side post. So Benny living dangerously right now. Made 16 saves on 17 shots. Meanwhile, Bravo has made 12 saves on 14 shots so far this period. 1 minute left on the power play, 1:04 left in the period. Now over the far side are the Minutemen. Back to the point is Ryan Lautenbach. Now, unable to corral it was Dennis Lushmilis. Now here comes Pearson Brandon the other way. Brandon going 1 against 4, nudged off the puck. Now here comes UMass the other way. As regrouping here is Lushmilis. Now over the far side to Larry Keenan, but he is nudged off the puck and it will go all the way down there. Back to get it is Francesco Del Elche. Again, I apologize for my Italian viewers. Although Francesco is actually from Ontario, Canada, so I don't know if I can really call him. Now, a one-timer saved by Halas. Larry Keenan just passed the face-off circle, and that will end the second period. So the Riverhawks, with a 2-1 lead, heading into the third period. Shots are now 18-14 in the favor of the Minutemen, although shots that period were 6-5 in favor of the Riverhawks. Faceoffs are now actually tied at 16-16 as Lowell came back with winning 9 faceoffs that period as opposed to 5. Benny Alas has made 17 saves, and Michael Hroppel has made 12. UMass Lowell has blocked 7 shots to UMass Amherst 3. All right, so we are currently in the second intermission. I will be right back and taking a short break here. Don't go anywhere. Have the third period for you in just about 15 minutes or so. All right. Back online. If there's any of our new viewers who have any questions, comments, or just any insight or anything funny to say, by all means, leave it in the chat just down below. Live chat's going right now. As you can see, it's been busy all night, although just from one person. So if you guys have any questions or from me or anything like this, by all means, let it rip. Ooh, yeah, all right. We got a question. We got a question in from one of our viewers. What's your favorite UML moment? Oh, that's a tough one. So I gotta go back. I gotta see if I can think if I can do this back. So I've been a fan since 2003, 2004. So that is tough to try to get some of the moments in there. Um, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a moment, although probably just a season. Um, 2012, 2013 would probably be my favorite season. That was the year that Connor Hellbuck was a freshman. For those of you who know, Hellbuck is currently the starting goaltender for the Winnipeg Jets, constant Vezina Trophy contender, and recently played for the U.S. at the Four Nations. That was his freshman year, and we came off Norm Basin's first year. That 2012-13 was his second year in charge. But 2 years before that, we kind of had a season like last year where we had barely had any wins. Didn't know anything like that. 2012, Norm's first year, got knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Hockey East playoffs, but accrued enough wins to make the NCAA tournament for the first time, really in my fanhood, the year before. So that was awesome. But 2012-13 was so much fun. Hellbuck stood tall. We had so many future NHLers on that team. We had Scott Wilson, Chad Ruhwedel, who would go on to win a Stanley Cup for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He had Christian Folan, who he had drafted by the Wild. Joe Pendenza, who I think spent some time in the Devils organization. Dylan Zink, who currently is the UMass Lowell hockey assistant coach. So that entire team and that entire year was so much fun. Getting a chance, they were the regular season champions, so getting a chance to see playoff hockey at Saugus, which was rare for us, myself and my dad, that was great. Going to the Garden, We'd been there a bunch of times actually for Hockey East weekend. We only been there one other time for UMass Lowell. Um, but that time we were just sitting by ourselves. It was myself, my dad, and my uncle. Shout out to my uncle Ray J, whose birthday is coming up in a month. The three of us went, bought our own tickets through Ticketmaster through the box office at the Garden, and sat by ourselves. 2012-13, when we went back, we sat and got our tickets through the school and sat amongst the UMass Lowell section, which was so much fun. People who have been season ticket holders just as long as we have, getting a chance to sit there with them, getting to hear them, talk with them. It was awesome. Lowell faced Providence in the semifinals, came back from one goal down and won 2-1. And then in the Hockey's championship game, won 1-0 against BU, and on that BU team was future Bruin, now Penguin, Matt Grzelcyk, as well as future Stanley Cup champion with the Florida Panthers, Evan Rodriguez was on that BU team. And the other thing was we defeated Jack Parker, the legendary BU coach, in his last game. Then you go on to the NCAA regionals. That was the first time my dad and I got a chance to go to the regionals. The previous year I was in Connecticut, and we really didn't want to make that drive. But that year, 2012-13, they were in Manchester, which is not far from where I grew up and where my dad and mom still live to this day in Methuen. Manchester is not that much of a drive, so going to there, watching them, UMass will just beat Wisconsin, and then beating another Hockey's team and actually the host, UNH 2-0, in the final, I get a chance to watch them go to the Frozen Four. So that whole year was my favorite. So that would probably be my favorite moment, just that entire 2012-13 season. These are really good questions, guys. Really good questions. Is there anybody who maybe hasn't submitted a question yet that would like to submit a question? Or if anybody else has got any other questions, by all means, let me rip. We are still a little ways away from the start of the third period. And while that's loading up, someone asked me about what I want for my birthday. I'll give you a quick best and I wouldn't say worst, but just kind of maybe below birthdays. Some of my best birthdays included going to Disney with my two best friends from college for spring break. Got down there that Saturday, and that Saturday was my birthday, so doing that was great. Spending time with my family at a Northeastern UMass Lowell game, that was awesome. Going to Vegas with my dad for my birthday. It was a birthday present. Although it was actually no, it was I believe it was either a birthday present or a Christmas present. Either way, it was a gift. Going there was cool. So those are kind of my favorite ones. The ones that I kind of remember that were maybe not as good, but maybe kind of funny, if you will. I recently removed. I was a teacher for 3 years at a local high school. And my dad thought it would be fun to surprise me with balloon arrangements. And he bought originally solid color balloons and everything like that, but apparently they didn't have the ones in stock. He didn't know it yet. So the person from the balloon company shows up to my high school at the front desk with a happy birthday balloon in the shape of a unicorn in the front desk, which is in clear view of the entire cafeteria. And there were people at lunch. So that's one that I kind of joke around with and kind of give them grief for. Maybe some of the other fun ones, if I can remember the other fun ones. I'm getting to do PA announcing for that high school's girls hockey team on my birthday. That was fun. And then that was it. So I've had a good string of birthdays, which is really cool. Also, don't forget, folks, we are at the end of February. So make sure you're staying in tune as March is just around the corner, which means March Madness is just around the corner. I'm just seeing that ad for us right now. We have started a tradition in my family of a group pool of the brackets, and it's been fun every year. I believe I've won 2 out of the 4. I believe I won 2 out of the 4, so I have a good reputation, and then I've had some duds. Yeah, Hot Geese is doing very well in the pairwise. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually in the top 10. So Hockey East has really proven why I believe, and this is not because I'm a Lowell fan. This is genuinely me looking at the entire conference and just saying, hey, this is the best conference in I believe in the country because of top to bottom parity in it. Some people might go like Big Ten or anything like that, but which Hockey East team do I love to see lose the most? That is a long, long list. That is a really long list. It really is a toss up. I think UMass is probably up there. Um, Merrimack definitely is up there. Um, I honestly think I would have to say BC. Seeing BC lose is different. I don't like any of the Boston teams. BC, BU. I don't mind Northeastern. Northeastern, I don't mind. That's probably because I have a cousin who graduated from Northeastern after 6 years with a degree in physical therapy. So um, they're probably easy. So I would say probably the 2 Boston teams, BU, BC, and then Amherst and Merrimack. So those 4 are probably the ones I would say I love to lose the most. Now we're back underway here in the third period. Lowell with a 2-1 lead over the Minutemen. And power play has expired at the end of the second period, so we are skating 5-on-5 here. Isaac Johnson up to Mirko Bottazzoni. He'll break it out for Owen Cole. Cole backhand one in front, looking for either Connor Eddy or Isaac Johnson going to the net. And now here comes the Minutemen up the other way. Yeshko over 2 and letting that shot go was Adar Suniev, who rang the bar on a power play with a one-timer just in the second period. Such slap shot from the point, a couple deflections, and a good save by Benny Halas. 18:50 left here in the third period. Face off, one and a shot saved by Halaslan. That shot go was Ryan Lautenbach. Now he will switch with Kenny Connors. Back to the point where they would go for a worse shot that goes wide. I believe letting that shot go was Owen Murray. Back to the point, keeping it is Lucas Olfstead. He has the lone goal for the Minutemen in this game. Puck sent back down low, past the stick of Ryan Lautenbach. We chipped out and find Mirko Bazzoni. Bazzoni gets clobbered by Lautenbach. Checking is picked up here in the third period. Puck backhanded back into the Lowell zone. Amherst will switch lines. Jack Robilotti will try to skate his way out of danger. Backhanded up. Dylan Bentley will send it through the middle of the ice and will go for an icing. As we see here, it was Connor Eddy who laid a check on Ryan Lautenbach, and puck and the checking is definitely picked up here in the third period. Want to give a shout out at the moment if I can. If I can find it before, as we're going to have a penalty here, and I believe this is going to go against the Minutemen. Let's see if I can find something here for you guys. Huh, guess I was wrong. I had a friend who is doing the game for ESPN Plus. I saw him come up. Obviously, I can't get you a chance to listen to a voice as face-off won by the Riverhawks, but now coming back the other way, shorthanded, letting a shot go and a save by a loss. That was Cam O'Neill, who off of one face-off by the Riverhawks got in behind and had to make sure Halas was equal to the task. Libor Nemec up this far side. He's going to go back to Chris Delaney. Delaney over to Nick Anderson. Back to Delaney. Delaney down low. One timer goes just wide. Horrible. Back behind the net. Back to Delaney. Delaney is going to switch with Anderson. And it's going to let a shot go. That is blocked. And Nemec had it poked off his stick, kept there by Chris Delaney. And what are we going to have here? We're going to have a hand pass. We're just going to bring the puck out of the zone. Let's get another look here. It was off a one face-off by the Riverhawks. And O'Neill got to that puck first. So, anxious moments there for the Riverhawks on their own power play, which is now under a minute. Dylan Bentley over to Jack Varwerk. Varwerk unable to get it deep. He's going to send it back to the point to Isaac Johnson. Johnson over the captain, Ben Meehan. Meehan back for Johnson. They're going to switch at the top. Meehan had it come off his stick. He's going to send it down low to Dylan Bentley. Bentley over to Johnson. Johnson's going to let a shot go. Look for a tip in front. Back to the point to Bentley. Meehan going to chip it down low, and it's going to be sent out of the zone by the Minutemen. 23 seconds left on the penalty. Riverhawks will try to come back in quickly. Bentley back for Johnson. Over to Meehan. Down low to Varwerk. Varwerk going to get at the top of the slot. Going to let a shot go. Blocked by Meehan in front. Johnson now going to let a shot go. That one hit off the crossbar, I believe, and goes out of play with 4 seconds left on the penalty. Just over the shoulder of Robble and off the crossbar with the wrist shot was Isaac Johnson. 4 seconds left on the penalty, 15:49 left here in the third period. Scott Truman will try to deke all the way through, but his pass got blocked. Lee Parks will send it back down low. Scott Truman's going to send it all the way around, but he's going to send it right into the path. Now a slap shot from the point, well over the net, over the outstretched arm of Frobel. He's 6'7", so he had to send it really high to get over to his. There come the Minutemen back the other way. Deep in the middle. Now wrist shot saved by Halas. Letting that shot go was Owen Murray. Actually, no, excuse me. I think that was Daniel Yenchko. Now we're going to get a penalty on Jack Rovolati for what? I have no idea. Adar Suneyev comes out of the net a little bit hobbled. I got to see this again. Again, the shot go. Yes, it was Yenchko. Then Rovolati. Oh, okay, they're going to send both of them. I don't know why they're going to send both of them, but I don't even know why there's any penalties there to begin with. Rovolati just finishes his check and sends a man into the net. It was the backside official, not even the one near the net, the backside official that called it. And I think it was Jim Curtin who's now giving Greg Carvel an explanation. Let's see here. That little nudge from Rovolati is going to get him a cross-checking penalty. And they gave Suneyev an embellishment. Well, now that I see the penalties, I kind of get it. Although I don't think Rovolati's was much of a cross-check. But if you're going to call him for the cross-check, I'm absolutely fine with Suneyev getting an embellishment on it. Puck back to the point, and a little bit of miscommunication here and having to chip it out. And it's going to work for the Riverhawks as Nemec brought in miraculously, not offsides. We're going to be 4-on-4 here for now a minute 15 left in the third period. Or on the 4-on-4, 14:30 left in the third period. A pass in the middle goes through everybody and back in the zone. Chasing after his own Cole, but able to nudge him off the puck was Owen Murray. Now backhand into the middle of the ice. And deacon through Cole and deacon through Buzzoni. Here come the Minutemen the other way. Shot is blocked. Came back out the other side. Back at the point is Lucas Olvstead. Here comes Cole O'Hara. O'Hara will send a shot on, and Benny Alas will stick it down. And Mercury and Buttazzoni will exchange niceties. We will bring it to immediate timeout. Don't go anywhere, folks. I'll be right back. And I will have the rest of the game for you here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Good note from our comments section. The heavy play and physical play has picked up, and this will be interesting to see how this carries over to Saturday night when these two teams face off in Lowell. As we're back underway here, battle behind the net of Benny Alas. Now puck will come back up to the point, trying to make a move was Owen Murray, but puck poked off his stick and up the boards. Scout Truman will bring it in. He'll send one over to Stefan Owens. Owens with a shot easily gloved there by Michael Hrabel. Hrabel's made 13 saves tonight. Benny Alas has come far at the other end's made 21 so far. To the shots in favor of the Minutemen this period. They own the shot totals for the game 22-16. They also are ahead in the faceoffs by 1. And now they're ahead by 2 as they win another one. That one was won by Don's Lushmilis. 4-on-4 is over. We're back on 5-on-5. Benny Alas will glove it down, send it over to TJ Schweigart. He'll send it up the boards, but not out. Now a shot that hit a stick in front. Alas is going to cover it. And Schweigart's stick went flying. Those of you who are just joining me for the first time, I am trying to do a better job of drinking water and keeping my voice as calm as can be. As very early on in my broadcasting career, I let my voice kind of just go. I definitely let my voice go once or twice. Lost my voice for a little bit, so trying to take a better job. It's actually why I'm probably able to do this so well tonight is because I'm not exactly exonerating it as much as I can. So hopefully my voice will stay very well. Back underway here, 12:20 left in the third period. UMass Lowell still with a 2-1 lead, trying to find that magic number of 3 goals, which they have a much better record when they score 3 goals or more. They look like they need one here as UMass is just one lucky shot away from tying it. Puck dumped in by Kenny Connors. Now passing in the middle and a shot goes just wide. Isaac Johnson with a turnover and the far forwards trying to set it back in the middle of the ice. Now back for another shot. Letting it go. I believe that was Lucas Olstead. Puck chipped up the boards by Jack Barwick and back into the UMass zone. Spinning out of trouble and sending it up was Owen Murray by himself and trying to make something happen. Kim O'Neill, but pass picked off and now on the stick of Chris Delaney. Delaney with a backhand feed. Carpentier will send it into the Amherst zone. No icing here. Short of the red line. Puck sent up the boards by Lucas Mercury, the Carolina Hurricanes draft pick, and I believe we're going to get a delayed penalty and another penalty against the Riverhawks. And this one will go against Nick Anderson. They might get him for elbowing. Let's see what the call is here. Anderson, yep, got the stick up high for absolutely no reason. So a dumb penalty by the usually upset, usually actually steady Nick Anderson, the grad student who came over with Pearson Brandon from Colgate. Now, Amherst will be back on the power play. Puck will come over and chipped along by Kenny Connors. Now, up the boards, taken over by Cole O'Hara. O'Hara with a shot, took a deflection just out the other side. Now, a wraparound attempt and a goal. Goal for Amherst. It will be Cole O'Hara on a wraparound, and we are tied at 2 with 10:47 left. Lowell was scrambling on the penalty kill. And O'Hara cut to the middle of the ice, let a shot go. Actually, try to center it to Mercury. His tip went off the post, and Halas was trying to get the rebound. Puck sent in and at the far post, and we are tied at 2. Mercury and Adar Suniev on the assists. Now the Riverhawks have got to find that third goal. Again, 3 goals or more, record is much, much better. And now, in order to get all 3 points is desperately needed. Let's get another look at the replay. The initial deflection hit the post, now wraparound, and it actually was going wide and hit off Benny Halas and into the net. So an unfortunate break there for the junior from Budapest. Now puck into the skates of Francesco Del Elche. And this has been the thing for UMass Lowell. How do they respond after tying goals in previous games? It has not been great. Bringing him and now back into the zone of the Minutemen. Another wrist shot. Took a deflection and up and out of play. Letting that shot go was Dan Zlushmilis. Halas has not played in the previous 3 or 4 games. After playing, it seemed like every day. Just out of position. Halas probably the more athletic of the 2 goaltenders, but sometimes that could be his own worst enemy. And another icing here for the Riverhawks with 9:57 left here in the third period. And again, both these teams desperately need all 3 points. So I need to pull out all the stops here. 9:57 left in regulation. And you can kind of afford, you probably don't want anything after that because it's only 2 points, but you definitely don't want 0, if not 1. Here comes Lee Parks back the other way. Parks tried to send in the middle. He was looking for Truman. Owens back low. Tried to send it back. Parks tried to send it back out to Truman. Owens will get his active stick, and they'll battle in front of the Lowell bench, and the puck will come back into the Lowell zone. TJ Schweihart back for it. Schweihart. Now, the Riverhawks will send it into the zone here. But here come the Minutemen up the other way with speed. Bringing up the left side is Jack Musa. Musa will dump it in. Him and Mercury go to the point. Del Leche try to send it up, but now it's blocked by Cole O'Hara. O'Hara in a battle with Meehan. Back up the far side here. Here comes Del Elche. Del Elche. Now kick the stick in offsides here by the Minutemen with 8:55 left in the third period. And we will have a media timeout. 8:55 left here in the third period. Amherst 2, Lowell 2. Just not what you need if you're a Riverhawk fan. While we're on a break here, give it a chance to look at the men's Division I pair rise. Boston College at 12, Quinnipiac at 13, UMass Lowell at 14, and what we saw actually technically the last spot, barely hanging on. Let's see if I can get this back up, and I will. Put the hockey standings back up. So we are back underway at Mullins Center. And back in the UMass Lowell blocker saved there by Benny Halas. Puck sent up the boards. Mirko Bazzoni will get a stick on it and avoid the icing. Now Bazzoni will shrug off a check, but will be unable to shrug off another as Adar Suneyev came over to provide support. A puck dumped in for the Amherst fortune will come off. Now, spin move. Here comes Luch Schmidt. Luch Millis. Butchered that one that time. Now, here comes Ryan Lautenbach. Lautenbach will just send it back in deep. Jack Robolali will go the other way with it. Cristallini will try to chip it along, but only as far as the point. Now on the far side here comes Delace with a shot. Now, back to the point it goes. Larry Keenan. Now into the middle for Lautenbach. Now another shot bounces down in front. The rebound put just wide. Amherst is buzzing right now. And Lowell is just hanging on for dear life. Some tired legs out here for the Riverhawks. Amherst is just able to get fresh bodies to the net and now cover Benny Alas and we'll finally get some fresh skaters on there for the Riverhawks. Look, the last shot from the point and a backhand goes wide. Halas never found it until those passes. Self and a backhand in the middle got poked off the stick of Larry Keenan. Found its way to Halas and he covers it up. TJ Schweihart will backhand it out of the zone. And the puck will head into the Lowell bench, so the faceoff will come to the center ice dot. No, excuse me, it'll come to the faceoff circle closest to the Lowell bench. I apologize, folks, if it seems like I'm whispering. It's I'm actually out in the living room, and I do not want to disturb my roommate, who is very kind as to let me do this, and I do not want to be extra super loud, not just him, but to the other person living above us in this apartment. Lowell definitely needs to pick it up here as they were behind in their zone for it seems like the longest time. But here come the Minutemen again. Bringing it on this far side here around the net. Anderson chopped the stick out of the hands of, I believe that was Suneyev. But nothing doing. TJ Schweihart will break it out for the Riverhawks. Schweihart will send it over to Libor Nemec. Nemec will cut into the middle of the ice, had the puck poke off his stick. And now here come the Minutemen the other way. Deflected pass will actually hit the dead wood in behind the net. Now pass in the middle, unable to corral it. There was Larry Keenan. Keenan will get it back. He'll send it over to Del Elche. Now a one-timer from the literally just inside the blue line from Luch Millis and Halas with the cover. Should mention I finally got my name, the name of the friend that I mentioned as we will head to a media timeout. Nathan Strauss, him and I worked together. He was a broadcaster. I was a control room assistant for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, the AA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays that play up in Manchester. He was doing broadcasting and doing the radio broadcast with another friend of ours, Tyler Murray, who is currently the play-by-play announcer for the New York Knicks on ESPN New York. He is also In addition to also being a former broadcaster for the Fish Cats, Tyler was also the voice of Hockey East Game of the Week on Nesson. All things I hope to do in the near future, which is why I've started this YouTube channel and why I've started doing my broadcasting. Nathan Strauss also with a familiar voice, which you hopefully cannot hear because you're listening to me, but just to let you all know, Nathan Strauss is joined by Pierre Maguire of former NBC fame and TSN fame, the former broadcaster, and that. So they are doing broadcast for ESPN Plus, and from it seems like it is the home feed for the Minutemen. You're just joining us, 2-2 your score, 5:49 left. Dylan Bentley, Stephon Owens, the goals for the Riverhawks. Lucas Olfstead, and I believe Ryan Lautenbach. I'll double check that just to be safe. But we will get that in a minute when we have a stoppage in play. Lowell unable to get out of the zone here. Bring it back in as Lucas Mercury. He'll send it around the boards into the feet of Owen Cole. Cole will send it back around. And Mercury will meet Meehan and sit Meehan down. Over on the far side here, Cole will try to get off of Cole O'Hara. Marco Barzoni, and he's just going to send this down the river for an icing with 5:05 left in the third period. It's a big hit there from Lucas Mercury on Ben Meehan. And I believe Norm Bazin is going to use his timeout as his team was hemmed in for an icing. Norm Bazin, like I mentioned, is 12th season at the helm of his alma mater, UMass Lowell, and is really taking this program out of the depths of possibly going back down to Division II or the program being cut entirely. It's brought it up to a team that has won 3 Hockey East championships and made five, I believe, NCAA tournament appearances in his time. It might actually be 6. And he has transformed this program around to times never before seen in their Division I history. It hasn't been seen really since Coach Bill Riley, who's also now a longtime figurehead at UMass Lowell Games with the former head coach of the Riverhawks. He led them to 3 national championships in the Division II level. But UMass Lowell hockey has seen a resurgence, which really set the stage for the entire athletic community going Division I just over 10 years ago. Now, cut in the middle and a shot goes wide, letting that shot go was Francesco Del Elche. Well, still trying to get something going. Chris Delaney now finally able to get it out the zone, but sent right back in. Ben Meehan back to get it. He'll send it up the boards. Unable to find any Riverhawks stick. TJ Schweihart over to Meehan. Meehan of the far side. Just avoiding it. Too many men on the ice penalty of the Riverhawks. They have been burned by a lot of those this season. Puck come out of the zone. Isaac Johnson will send it around. Will come to Jack Barwork. Barwork will send it up. Chris Delaney will try to get there for Delaney. Pass in the middle, was looking for Nemec, but did not find anybody. Now back to the point. Robolati with a wrist shot, easily gloved by Michael Hrabal, and he will hold. 3:52 left here in the third period, and we are slowly counting down the end of regulation. Again, both of these teams would love and prefer to get all 3 points out of this game. Face off won by the Minutemen. They will try to break it up the other way, and they will. Here comes Aidar Sunayev. He'll send it in the middle. He was looking for Sunayev. Dylan Bentley tried to send in the middle. Now here come the Minutemen back the other way, but only as far as Isaac Johnson, who will send it back in. And the Minutemen will try to break it out again. It will be Owen Murray trying to break it out, and he'll go back behind his net. Amherst more, I would say probably more, be okay with overtime. Lowell really would love all 3 points here. Miracle Buzzoni. Chip it up and over Mercury, and Dylan Bentley gets dropped and nothing doing there. Referees all of a sudden put their whistles in their pockets. Cross corner dumped by the Minutemen. Ben Meehan back for it. Try to send it up to Owen Cole. TJ Schweigart back for it. Schweigart up the boards. Connor Eddy will chip it along. Now up the boards it will go. In the middle, Owen Cole stumbles, unable to get it in deep. Now he will as we're taking a check. Minutemen will come back for it. Into the middle, but kept in. The far side with Libor Nemec. Nemec will come back to the point. Jack Robolai with a shot. Took a deflection off a stick. And saved by Hrabel. It actually took a deflection off Don's Lushmilis, his old player. Almost got right behind him. And at the end of the play, Hrabel kind of looked up at Lushmilis and said, "What are you doing, bud?" Puck chipped up the zone and back controlled by the Riverhawks, but past some blocked. But Pearson Brandon will pick it up. He will dump it in. Pass up the boards, and here comes Aidar Sunayev. He'll send it over the far side, but run off the puck. Puck sent in deep. Jack Farwork will be first to get it. He'll pass in the middle. And fanning on the shot was Miracle Buzzoni. And I don't know if it ever got to Rabel. Puck chipped in. Ben Meehan back for it. Meehan will skate it up. He'll go wide to Schweigart. Schweigart up the middle. Chipped in by Stefan Owens. Owens go after in the forecheck as Hrabel left it for. Who did he leave it for? He left it for Deleche. And now, I believe the puck went out of play, so the faceoff will come back into the UMass end. Shots are 29-18 in favor of Amherst. They're 11-4 here in the third period. So it has been all Minutemen here in the third. And another faceoff won by the Minutemen. Puck sent up the boards. Now puck chipped in the middle of the ice. And here comes Mirko Buzzoni. Buzzoni back to the point to Schweigart. Schweigart over to Meehan. Meehan will make it deke. Take it around the net. Back out to the point to Buzzoni. Buzzoni cross ice feed and a shot. I don't know if it ever got in. And puck goes out of play. Actually, no, I think the net came off as one timer from the middle of the ice, and Hrabel actually got over and got it with his blocker. The impact of getting to that post, ironically, at the post on the other side of the net, off the goal. Again, recap of the goals. It was Dylan Bentley, Lucas Ofsted tied it at 1 in the first period. Stefan Owens on a tip. UMass Lowell took the lead into the third, and then off a tip in the middle. It was actually Cole O'Hara on the wraparound that tied everything up for a Minutemen, and that's where we are right now with just over a minute left here in the third period. Two of the staple coaches in Hockey East, Greg Carvel in his 9th year, Norm Bazin in his 12th year. Both have taken downtrodden programs and turned them into some of the best in the country, let alone Hockey East. Face-off will be to the right of Michael Frabel. It's won again by the Minutemen. And puck controlled by the Riverhawks. They'll look to get the other way. Scout Truman will send it back around the boards. Connor Eddy let it roll too far. Now the Minutemen back on it. Bringing up this left side and chipping it in was, I believe that was Lucas Mercury. Now puck sent into the Lowell bench, so face-off will come, I think, to neutral ice, and going down and holding his knee on a collision with Owen Cole. That was Ryan Lautenbach. Face-off at center ice in front of the UMass Lowell bench. Puck chipped up by Ben Meehan into the Amherst zone. Jack Varwork will try to put some pressure on it, but it's cleared out of the zone. Now Jack Rovolani, Dylan Bentley will send it out, and then we will head to overtime. So a point apiece between these two teams. So Lowell will move into a tie for 5th with Providence. Actually, see if I can update. No, they have not updated standing pages yet. I'm sure when they do, we'll catch it in real time and we will head to overtime. I will see if I can find a stat for you guys. One, two, and two. UMass Lowell's record this year in overtime, I believe, is 1, 2, and 2. Lone victory came against Holy Cross earlier in the year. 2 losses, 1 to UConn and 1 to Stonehill, and 2 that went to the shootout against Providence and BC. Ironically, the two that went to the shootout, Lowell has won. Puck will be sent into the Amherst zone. And the Minutemen will control it. Francesco Del Elche will send it up the wall to Cole O'Hara. O'Hara send it back to Del Elche. Now back to O'Hara. O'Hara will spin. And we'll leave it for Del Elche. Del Elche and O'Hara, they will play a two-man game here, but nudged off the puck by Ben Meehan. Jack Musa will send it over, and coming off the bench is Adar Sunayev. Now, pass over the center ice, but unable to get out of his stick was Del Elche. Now here comes Dan Sluchmilis. Now move in the middle, another one, nudge off the puck and pass into the middle of the ice here, but nothing doing. Rabel will come out to get it. He'll try to see if he can find something, but he'll just leave it for Del Elche. Lowell able to get three fresh new Snagers, Barwork, Truman, and Johnson. Here comes UMass into the attacking zone, drop pass. And a shot saved by Benny Halas. Barwork unable to control it. And now Barwork will kick it to his stick and unable to control it. And a chip pass. And a center fast. And a good save by Benny Halas. Now Scout Truman will push it off the boards. Truman basically working 1-against-1. Truman with a shot. Good glove save there by Michael Rabel. And they will blow the whistle. Rabel was looking to play it, but let it go a little too late. And now having a discussion with the official. Face-off will be in the Amherst zone. Face-off controlled by the Minutemen. And a bit of a mishandle with the puck, but now it's picked up by Kenny Connors. Connors will drop it back. Now coming the other way here is Adar Sunayev. He'll come around the net. Actually, no, that was Owen Murray. And now pass picked up, and here come the Riverhawks. 2-on-1, Carpentier. Carpentier with a shot, took a deflection before it got to Rabels. He's able to still make the save. Carpentier will back it out. UMass Lowell has not had a lot of possession here, so this is the smart play is Lowell. Now pass all the way down. Benny Halas will come back to get it. And he's going to chip it all the way down. It's going to find a Riverhawk. Marco Barzoni. Barzoni will find Ben Meehan. Meehan will let a shot go, saved by Rabel. Now Meehan will go back on the wraparound and come out the other side. I think Rabel got it, the pad on it, but Barzoni will send it in deep. Namich the only one behind the net. Namich with a backhand. I don't know if it got to Rabel or not. 1:30 left here in overtime. Now here comes Amherst 2-on-1. On this right side is O'Hara. O'Hara tried to back in. Now a shot goes over the net. UMass Lowell will get two new skaters out there. And a deflected pass from Isaac Johnson. Owen Cole sent it back to Johnson. Johnson was trying to get his stick. Now they'll come back with a minute left. Chris Delaney back for it. Delaney is going to wait as Johnson goes off the ice. Puck sent up. And TJ Schweigart's going to shake off a check here. Schweigart, 43 seconds left in overtime. Chris Delaney back for it. We'll send it back over to Schweigart. Now back to Delaney. Delaney over to Schweigart. Schweigart's just going to bring it back and set up for Delaney. And here comes the kid with speed. Chris Delaney. Sent it in the middle for Schweigart. Took a deflection off a Minutemen and went past the post of Rabel. Now Delaney. Bar work. Bring it out of the zone. Find Ben Meehan. He's going to send it up to Mirko Bottazzoni. Now, pass in the middle. Ben Meehan with a shot. Comes out the other side and just out of the red stretch. And we will go to a shootout. So, nothing doing in 5-on-5, 3-on-3 overtime. Plenty of chances, I'd say, for both teams, but it'll be down to the goaltenders. As a pivotal, Hockey's point is up for grabs for both of these teams. Again, we're getting another look here. One of the best chances was Ben Meehan on the wraparound, and was unable to put it in. Again, UMass Lowell, very, very good in the shootout so far this year. I believe both games, Benny Halas was in the net. Be interested to see which team sends out. As we have just hit the 3-hour mark on the stream. Thank you guys all for staying up with us. And it's going to be Dylan Bentley first. Bentley tried the same move he did, but Rabel stopped it. Bentley tried to that same move, fake to the forehand and leave it with the backhand. Just let it roll through the legs, but Rabel got him. And here comes Cole O'Hara. He's going to go wide with it, slow up, and make Halas beat, and he goes right over the shoulder. 1-0 UMass after one round. It's a best of 3. Halas went down, and O'Hara went upstairs. And next to come for the Riverhawks, it's going to be Owen Cole. One of the captains for this team. Cole will make a move, a shot, and he scores. If only we could see it. Not sure about the camera angle. But here we get a better look at it. Cole went blocker side and under the blocker just inside the far post, and we're not up at 1. Next up for the Minutemen, Don's Luchmilis, the Bruins draft product, and he scores. Deked Halas out of his pads and put it up top stairs. And now the Riverhawks have to score. It's going to be Scout Truman, scored on a penalty shot against Providence and puts it wide. And UMass will take the extra point in this hockey showdown. So UMass will go up to 30 points and will go into a tie with UMass Lowell in Providence at 30 points. Truman just waited too long and put it wide. So a big, big, big matchup Saturday night at the Songus Center between these two programs. I will say goodnight for the night. Again, thank you guys all for joining us. Final score in the shootout, UMass Amherst 3, UMass Lowell 2. You have watched the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. If you would like to see anything like this again, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys again soon. Have a good night.